What if I told you that the course of history was shaped by brilliant minds mastering the art of strategy? Imagine, if you can, a world where the destinies of entire nations were decided by intelligent moves, strategists plotting courses that would forever change the landscape of our shared past. Now, hold that thought, as we prepare to delve into the chronicles of 5 of the greatest strategists in history. But before we dive into the minds of these geniuses, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We are building a community of history and strategy enthusiasts together. Let's start by exploring the mind of an ancient strategist, Sun Tzu, the author of The Art of War. Born in the Eastern Zhou period of ancient China, Sun Tzu was a military general whose profound wisdom and strategic acumen have resonated throughout the ages. Now you might be wondering, how does an ancient book still influence modern generals? Well, delve into The Art of War, and you'll be met with a timeless guide to leadership, strategy, and philosophy. Sun Tzu's teachings revolve around the concept of winning without fighting, an approach that transcends the battlefield to find relevance in politics, business, and everyday life. One of Sun Tzu's most renowned principles is the idea that all warfare is based on deception. He suggests that when we are capable, we must appear incapable; when we are active, we must appear inactive; when we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away, and vice versa. This principle is a lesson in the power of perception and the art of misdirection, a strategy still employed by military and business leaders alike. Another fundamental principle of Sun Tzu is the importance of knowing oneself and knowing one's enemy. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles, he wrote. This simple yet profound wisdom underscores the significance of understanding our strengths and weaknesses as well as those of our adversaries. Sun Tzu also emphasized the role of a leader in guiding his troops. He believed that a leader should be wise, sincere, benevolent, courageous, and strict. These qualities, according to Sun Tzu, enable a leader to command respect and loyalty, crucial in any strategic endeavor. Sun Tzu's principles have indeed stood the test of time, influencing military and business strategies even today. His teachings provide us with a window into the mind of a brilliant strategist, offering invaluable insights into the art of strategy and leadership. The wisdom of this ancient strategist continues to shape the course of history, a testament to the enduring relevance of Sun Tzu's The Art of War. Moving forward in time, we meet Napoleon Bonaparte, who revolutionized the art of war. This French statesman, a military leader of extraordinary prowess, changed the face of warfare with his innovative tactics. He was not just a man of action, but a master of strategy, driven by the belief that in war, the moral is to the physical as 3 is to 1. Imagine Europe at the dawn of the 19th century. The Napoleonic Wars are raging, and at the helm of France's military might is Napoleon himself. He introduces the concept of La Grande Armée, a massive force equal in size to the armies of entire nations. But size alone doesn't win wars. So what made Napoleon's army so formidable? The answer lies in Napoleon's revolutionary approach to warfare. He pioneered the divisional system, a structure that allowed him to maneuver large armies with the precision of a chess player moving pieces on a board. Each division acted as a mini-army, capable of operating independently while contributing to the overall battle plan. This gave Napoleon a flexibility unseen in traditional linear tactics. Napoleon also understood the power of speed. He knew that the battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. So he developed the maneuver de derrière, a tactic that involved swiftly moving his troops behind enemy lines, disrupting their formations and causing confusion. Moreover, Napoleon was a master of using geography to his advantage. He would position his forces to control key terrain features, forcing his enemies to fight on his terms. This strategy of interior lines allowed him to concentrate his forces where they would have the maximum impact. But perhaps the most enduring aspect of Napoleon's strategy was his emphasis on morale. He believed that the moral is to the physical as 3 is to 1. In other words, the spirit of the soldier was more important than his physical strength. This emphasis on morale, combined with his innovative tactics, made Napoleon one of the greatest military strategists of all time. Napoleon's strategies transformed how wars were fought, leaving a lasting impact on military strategy. Our journey now takes us to Alexander the Great, whose tactical genius extended his empire across 3 continents. Born in the ancient city of Pella, Alexander was tutored by the philosopher Aristotle and ascended to the throne at the tender age of 20. Yet his youth did not deter him from embarking on a decade-long campaign to conquer the known world. His military strategy was characterized by a bold and direct approach. He led his troops from the front, encouraging his men with his personal bravery. Alexander's use of the phalanx formation, a tight rectangular mass military formation, was innovative for its time. This tactic allowed him to break through enemy lines, creating confusion and chaos among his foes. One of his most notable victories was at the Battle of Gaugamela in 331 BC, where he faced the Persian king, Darius III. Despite being vastly outnumbered, Alexander's strategic brilliance led to a decisive victory, effectively ending the Persian Empire. But what made Alexander so great wasn't just his military prowess. He also excelled in cultural strategy. He encouraged his men to marry local women, forging alliances and facilitating the spread of Greek culture. This strategy of cultural integration helped to maintain control over his vast empire. Alexander's tactical brilliance was not without its flaws. His relentless ambition led him to push his men to their limits, resulting in mutiny and discontent among his ranks. Yet, despite these setbacks, his legacy as a military strategist is undeniable. So what if Alexander hadn't conquered so much? How would the world look today? His tactics and strategies, from the phalanx formation to cultural integration, have been studied and replicated by military leaders throughout history. His influence can be seen in the strategies of great military minds like Napoleon Bonaparte and Julius Caesar. Alexander's tactics have influenced military leaders throughout history, marking him as a true strategic genius. Next, we enter the realm of political strategy with Nicolo Machiavelli, author of The Prince. A name often synonymous with cunning and ruthless politics, Machiavelli was a master strategist in the corridors of power. His book, The Prince, was a strategic guide for leaders, advising them not on what should be done, but what is done in the real world. Imagine a world where leaders prioritize the greater good over personal virtue. Machiavelli did. He argued that a leader, like a chess player, must think several moves ahead, predicting opponents' strategies and preparing countermeasures. His teachings were revolutionary. His ideas, shrouded in controversy, have influenced leaders for centuries. But what if The Prince was never written? How different would our understanding of politics and leadership be? Would we view strategy in the same light? Machiavelli's writings have been a guide for many leaders, shaping the world of political strategy. Finally, we arrive in the 20th century with Winston Churchill, a master of words and war. As the British Prime Minister during the most tumultuous era of the 20th century, Churchill's leadership was instrumental in guiding the United Kingdom through the dark days of World War II. His strategy, a blend of grit, determination, and the power of words. Churchill understood the strength of morale in war. His speeches, filled with passion and resolve, ignited a spirit of resilience within the British people. He once said, "Never give in, never give in, never, 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 in nothing, great or small, large or petty, never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense." But his strategies weren't just about words. He also executed strategic military decisions, forming alliances, and implementing policies that significantly contributed to the Allied victory. Churchill's strategies and inspiring speeches played a crucial role in leading the UK through World War II. These 5 strategists have shaped the course of history with their brilliant minds. From ancient teachings, revolutionary tactics, audacious conquests, political maneuvering, to rallying a nation, their strategies have had profound impact. Remember, the art of strategy is not just confined to the battlefield. It's a way of thinking that can shape nations and change the world.